I like to move around. I hope it's okay. I'll try not to block your view. The name of the talk today is Relax, Repeat, Remember, the basic formula for language acquisition. My name is Jason R. Levine. I have a name on the internet for my songs and videos. That's Fluency MC. You'll see this. Very happy, as I said, to be here. And if you look closely, you can see the logo for Gallery Languages. I'm very excited to talk to you for a few minutes about this organization I'm working with. And some of you know a little bit, if you're on Facebook, maybe thinking, what exactly is Gallery Languages and then Gallery Teachers? So I want to talk about what is Gallery Languages, what is Gallery Teachers. So Gallery Languages, which is based in England, Italy, Romania, and now Russia, Germany, we are supporting different language schools and programs, connecting teachers and students for study abroad programs, for events at schools. And we are very interested in working more with clubEFL. And the great advantage is to take what you are doing and make it more international, to have more opportunities for teachers and students here to do things outside for clubEFL, to have more opportunities. So Gallery Teachers, which I am helping to develop personally, this is a network of teachers, independent, so you can be private school, public school, whatever, to have more professional development opportunities, webinars, materials, and also to possibly travel and do workshops or online presentations. So we're very excited about this relationship. This is me. I don't know if you can see this, but it says promoting innovation. So the reason I'm so excited to work with clubEFL is because innovation has always been so important to clubEFL, and Gallery Languages is looking for more partners like this. So this would be very nice. In September, we're hoping to do more together, clubEFL and Gallery Languages. So if you're interested, first thing you can do, galleryteachers.com is going to start in September. So for now, we are just a Facebook group. So if you, do you know some of those people? So we are promoting conference. So Gallery Teachers is a group on Facebook, and you can read here what I wrote about the philosophy of the group. And this philosophy is not the Facebook group philosophy, this is the company as well. But for now, before the website officially launches, you can join us here. And one of the things I'm doing for Gallery is I'm doing student workshops. I'm traveling around the world to different countries. I really hope to come to Greece to do this workshop. And I just want to explain a little bit. If you go on Facebook, you can see a lot of pictures of where I've been going: Italy, Spain, France, Belgium, Germany. I'm going to Russia soon. And the event is me doing my music with students. It's 90 minutes. I've done it with 400 students in one place. So it's a nice thing for a big group project event, because €2 for each child or €3. It can be easy to do. It's €600, but if you don't have a big space, I can do 2 shows, right? So one show in the morning, one in the afternoon is the same price. So if you're interested in rhyme on time, and we say, what's the time? Rhyme on time. What's the time? Rhyme on time. What's the time? Thank you. This is a picture of a Rhyme on Time event in Spain. And you can see very big event. And this is the Gallery Languages team in Italy, and this is Manuela Galandri. And if you're interested in Rhyme on Time, I would love to talk about how I could come and do this in Greece. You can email her Manuela@Gallery Languages. You can, of course, message me or email me on Facebook or through my website. So, at the end, I'll talk a little bit more. And Dimitris, I don't know if you want to say anything about this, or later we can speak, but really excited if we can work together, clubEFL and Gallery. So my presentation is on the 3 R's, right? Relax, repeat, remember. But maybe you know these 3 R's. Does anybody know these? Have you seen this before? So, yes, in the United States, where I'm from, sometimes people mention the 3 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic. So, as you can see, only one of these is actually R, because the W is silent, and then we say arithmetic. When people talk about the 3 R's, reading, writing, arithmetic, what do you think they're talking about? What is this about? Basic knowledge, core knowledge. And usually the idea is we don't really need arts education, we don't need language and music and these things, we just need reading, writing, arithmetic. So I don't like this idea, and I think these days most people agree we need to develop critical thinking skills because of 21st century. So I have these 3 R's for language learning: relax, repeat, remember. And I want to talk to you about this idea, which is very, very fundamental, and it's not a new idea, but I hope I can show you how I use this idea to develop materials, songs in particular, but whether you use songs or you don't use songs, I hope some of the ideas here with repetition and practice can help you as language teachers. I had a Korean student in New York City. Her name was Ji-young. And often Ji-young made sentences like this. Yesterday I go a movie. How many mistakes here? 2. Yesterday I went to a movie. So, very common mistakes. However, Ji-young, when she made these mistakes, had been in the United States for 4 or 5 years. So, she was still making mistakes like this. And the problem was not only her accuracy, she also was not very fluent. So Ji-young, what did you do yesterday? Yesterday I went, right? So, problem with accuracy and fluency. Why? Well, the big problem, even in the United States, so in Korea, of course, there is not so much English input, but even in the United States, she was not getting enough English. She was going to class, but class was limited. And after class, she was with her friends speaking Korean. She was on the internet in Korean. So she was getting low input. As a result, she didn't understand very much. Therefore, her confidence went down. Confidence goes down, what happens? You're not motivated to listen to English or read English, so you don't get input. It goes like this. Of course, this is true even more in countries where English is not the home language, like Greece. But even in the United States, this was a problem. So I wanted something the converse, right? How to make it so my students got more input, comprehensible input, of course. Not anything too difficult, right? But listening and reading that they could understand, to make the cycle go the other direction. I'm happy to share this PowerPoint right? I can send it to whomever, and then you can, if you don't want to take pictures. Yeah, you can take pictures. But just if you don't want to, yeah. I'm happy to send it. It's open PowerPoint. So. Now this may look strange to you, but look at it for a moment. Strange, right? What do I mean? Ji Young was not a farmer or a sailor. Most English learners are not farmers or sailors. Well, what do you think?
No.
Usually, do they need to exercise outside of their normal life? No, why not? They already get enough exercise naturally. Do you see what I'm talking about? But most of us, right, we need to make an effort. Have lives where naturally we are getting exercise, enough exercise. We have to try, okay, I need to get in shape, so I'm going to jog or do sit-ups at home. Question. Oh. It's part of my act, yeah. What do you think? Would you play in a volleyball tournament without practicing with your team?
No.
It's not a trick question. No tricks. Would you practice with your team without exercising first?
No.
Probably not. You go to practice, but you've just been eating potato chips at home, watching television, go to practice, and right? Well, do you see what I'm trying to say about language? So to me, volleyball practice is the class, right? That's your class. And what I do, and what Demetrius and clubEFL, what you do, is not to eliminate the class. It's not no class. It's how to support the class, because the class is not the practice, the exercise, I think. The class is the volleyball team together. Not this, but the group. Why? Because you want to help the students in real life to use English. But there is something missing here, I think. If you just go to English class, just practice and just the tournament, it's not enough. But of course, most people learning English, they don't have, like sailors and farmers do with exercise, they don't have enough English. They're not immersed. That is a wonderful situation if you can have it, but it's not reality for most people, including people in the United States who come, like GWE. So they need to work out. How to work out? So I feel very strongly about this. And when I travel to schools and meet teachers, very often teachers say to me, oh, my students, they're not speaking enough English. I say, I understand. Why do you think? And they say, number one reason? Nope. That's usually number two. Number one reason, I'm not a native speaker. Many teachers tell me this. It's crazy. It's crazy. They say I'm not a native speaker, or they say my students hate English, they don't study, right? Or they say I'm a bad teacher, my activities are boring. Okay, maybe those things are true, but this is not the reason why. The number one reason why. The number one reason why is your students don't get enough English, and you have 45 minutes or 1 hour or on Wednesday, right? So it doesn't matter. You can be the best teacher in the world, right? If your students don't get enough practice, you can give them really nice communicative activity, role play, guided discussion, task-based learning. You can do all kinds of things, but if they don't get enough input and practice, it doesn't work. Have you heard this before? Why? Basically, we agree, right? Why is this? A lot of input, thank you. But it's not just input. They get a lot of exposure, a lot of input, and anything else about kids? They have a real need, not just we're in class, the teacher wants us to speak English, right? To express themselves, to achieve a goal, good, survive, right? Anything? They need food. Give me food. So we have input. I need to add survive. I don't have that one. Do you agree also about the next three are related? Right? To be relaxed, not worried about mistakes. And this one is very interesting because I think if you teach middle school, high school, or adult, you know the older the student becomes, the more active their analytical brain. So they want to know why. Why does the phrasal verb have a particle? But this doesn't always mean, and usually doesn't mean, that their proficiency in English goes up, usually, right? So, have you seen this before? Many times, right? And forgive me, this is the basic one from 1959, so there have been different ways people have been working with Bloom's taxonomy. For the purpose of my discussion today with you, this is enough. What I'm saying is, students don't get enough here, right? There's not enough recall. And if you don't have enough of the language here, automatic, then how are you going to do this? And it's a very basic question, but I think many teachers, including myself, a few years ago, trying so hard to do this, right? We want them to think critically and use English in real life, that we forgot that without enough of a base, without a foundation, it doesn't matter how good your communicative activity is. It doesn't matter how real it is or interesting, because if they don't have the target language here to really use it, and you push here, push, 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 then what? How do the students feel? Bored, discouraged, stressed, right? And then I noticed many students and teachers, they have their own conclusion about why. The students don't like it because of this, or I'm a bad teacher, or I'm not a native speaker. Do you know about the audio-lingual method and communicative language teaching? So I learned French in school with the audio-lingual method. Repeating, repeating, repeating. And the idea was, you repeat the conversations enough, you will have the language, and you're ready to go. But the problem, the conversations in my high school French book were not interesting, and they did not connect to real life functions and goals. So, as a result, I don't remember them, or I remember one or two for no reason. I don't know why. So I remember one, which is, alors Delphine, ici Alain. Oh, bonjour Alain. Il neige, chic, allons-y dans le jardin. Hello Alan, it's Delphine. Hi, it's snowing, let's go into the yard. Why do I remember this, but I don't know how to ask for directions in French, right? This is the problem with audio-lingual. Communicative approach, I was trained, CELTA, with the CELTA and then a master's in TESOL. That communicative approach was the only real approach because of the focus on, I don't have the word here, function, but yes, meaningful language in context, the language you need to ask directions, the language you need to apologize or achieve some goal. So, I continue to believe this, and I think most of us probably do, practical purpose to use English communicatively. But the problem, remember Ji-Young Lee, my Korean student? She was going to communicative language teaching classes, and people sat around and talked. What do you think about gun control? What do you think about compare American food and Korean food? And Ji-Young loved these classes. Oh, it's interesting. I can express my opinion. Much better than audiolingual. But the problem was, Ji-Young did not have the language to express her opinion. Or she had a little bit, but not very fluent with mistakes. So, to me, there is not one that works better. We need to do something to try to take the best from both. Do you know this expression? Anybody? Yes. Don't throw the baby out with the What does this mean? It's advice. Keep what's important. Nice.
Don't throw the good stuff away with the bad stuff.
Perfect. Don't throw the good stuff away with the bad stuff. Keep the good stuff. The baby's the good stuff. I mean, they cry, they want things, but they're good, usually. Yeah. Better than the bathwater. So, what do I mean? When I first was training with the CELTA, there was more attention, I thought, than now to drilling, to really getting the target language, the exposure to that language automatized more. But I don't think it's like that very much these days, because people think it's boring to repeat. And you know why they think that? Because it's usually boring to repeat. So it's not, I am not here to convince people, repeating traditional ways to drill and repeat, we need to do them. Because we don't have to. There are other ways to get repeated exposure. But if you're not getting repeated exposure and practice, it's very hard or impossible, I think, to achieve what you want as a student and as a teacher. I want to show this video is this style, this approach. I hope it will play.
Well, I was about to ask you the same question. What's that? I don't know, but it sure is bad.
It's the letter D.
So what?
The letter D.
Oh.
Like to hear a story about the letter D, boys?
Do we have any choice?
No. Late last week, a real old dog went out digging in a terrible bog, found some dice on a hollow log, and won a duck from a friendly frog. He walked along till he spotted a door, dropped his duck down on the floor, found a dime and bought a dinosaur. Dinosaur?
So that's the letter D. Boy, cheers, heck.
Do you know what else we learned, boys?
No.
If you dig a dinosaur, drop your duck for a dime.
What a beautiful film. Wasn't that a great film? I'd love to see that film just one more time. Could you roll that D film one more time, maybe? I'd love to see
What's
it.
happening, man? I was about to ask you the same question. What's that? I don't know, but it sure is bad.
It's the letter D.
So what?
The letter D.
Oh.
Like to hear a story about the letter D, boys?
Do we have any choice?
No.
So first you see the letter D video, then Ernie from what television show? Sesame Street says, "Oh, that was a great, I love that, can we watch that one more time?" And then they play it again. And then after, Ernie comes back again. Oh, I really love it, let's play it one more time. And they play it again, 4 times. This is 1969, the first Sesame Street show. This was the pilot show. The first one, they never showed this. It was never on because people said, that's going to be boring to repeat it. But of course, kids, 4 years old, again, because it's natural, like learning to walk or fly, to learn language, they know they have to repeat it. And isn't it interesting? Before technology, video cassette, rewind, again, they did it this way. Now we don't have to do that. Now we have clubEFL, YouTube, we can repeat things so much more easily than before. Whoop, sorry. Can I go to the next one? Sorry. One second, I might need to escape or just this way is okay. Take a look. Do you think this is a good situation or a bad situation for me? True story. True story.
That's an idea.
It's an idea. It's true though. Her name was Miss Fahey. I think we usually remember the good teachers and the bad teachers. Their name, right? You don't remember the names of the other ones, just the good ones and the bad ones. She was wonderful. Seems like a good situation. She was a very difficult teacher. Very difficult, but this is all true. It's good, except one problem. So you would think, if she was so great, I would today, if you ask me, tell me about World War I would feel comfortable and have some, but you ask me, tell me about World War, I can't remember what happened. Why? Well, these commercials were on television at the same time that I was studying for Ms. Fahey's European history class. I have not heard these commercials repeated since then. I found them on YouTube. YouTube is great, right? But I remember everything. I remember every word of the songs. I remember everything from the commercial. Why? Because I saw them all the time, but I studied my notes all the time, too. There's rhythm in the song, maybe? Rhythm helps? Pictures, that's good. Anything else?
You're an auditory learner.
I'm an auditory learner. Very possibly also. I want to show you one more video. Oh, sorry, I should tell you what this is. This is, are you ready? And maybe some of you know what this is. It's a Big Mac. McDonald's has used different strategies to help you remember. This one I'm going to show you is 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Now, I never went to McDonald's when I was young. I never ate this food, but here's the commercial. It's right here. Oop. Sorry.
I think they're describing a big... To all the special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, on a sesame seed bun. To all the special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, on a sesame seed bun.
Did you hear what the woman said? She said, say it again. Remember in Sesame Street, Ernie says, play the letter D video, play it again, right? Just like kids, you read them the book and they say, again. And you say, but I read the book 17 times. And they say, again. But when you get older, I understand, I don't need to repeat. Really? I think you do need to repeat, but the repeating must be interesting and fun. So companies spend a lot of time thinking about this, right? But teachers, we need to do this too. Yes. I was thinking about these things in my classes in New York, and one day, I don't remember exactly when or how, but I was in the classroom, and I said, with my students, I was talking to them, and I said, you know, I always, and a student said, Coca-Cola. And I said, excuse me? And other students were laughing, and I didn't understand, and then, okay. Because on television, on the radio, on the bus, on the highway, in magazines, always Coca-Cola. So when I said always, my student automatically, that's the knowledge base, remember? Bloom's taxonomy, that's recall. And when she said Coca-Cola, she was excited. Her confidence, her motivation, because for her, right? Always Coca-Cola. This she knew, because she had heard it and seen it enough times. But my target language on the whiteboard in the textbook was not enough. So this was like, now I get it. Just do it. Nike. Just do it. But my students did not know just a little bit, just a moment, right? They knew just do it. Now just do it is okay, a little bit functional. Always Coca-Cola is not very useful at a job interview or meeting someone at a party. Always Coca-Cola. I'll always love you, always be there, always late. Right? The students did not have these collocations. I'm going to get to that. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I had a Japanese student, total beginner. We were looking at a map of the United States. We were just practicing, you know, here is, or, you know, we are in New York, and he saw Kentucky Fried Chicken. He did not know about the state of Kentucky. But when he saw Kentucky Fried Chicken, yeah, always Coca-Cola. It's that same feeling, because it's how we learn language. Combining words, chunking. It's that feeling of, I got it, right? So, do you know about collocation? Yes. So I started to put these things together. I was very interested in this idea, but I didn't understand how important it was to repeat them, right? Started calling them collos. I knew about this. Do you know about the lexical approach? So these ideas about collocation come from here. That language is not grammar first, right? Language is vocabulary, grammar is the glue. Grammar connects the vocabulary. I think almost everybody agrees with this. However, still in the classroom, in the textbooks, there is so much focus on structure first. And collocations, this is where Lexis comes from. So I started with my students not just talking about synonyms and antonyms and suffixes and prefixes, but also what collos with this word. Or what's a collo? Knowledge. Get knowledge, acquire knowledge, share knowledge, right? These are collocations. And this was my conclusion. The first part is not my idea. It's really the lexical approach. But the second part, how? Because if you have a worksheet, make or do, and your students do, you know, make the bed, do the dishes, that's great. But is it going to be like always Coca-Cola? No. Only if they do the worksheet 20 times. And who wants to do the worksheet 20 times? This is why I love what clubEFL does, and what anybody does to engage in repetition. If you enjoy the video, you enjoy the game, you enjoy the song, then you do it again. You enjoy the task, you're going to repeat it. And this is so important, especially outside class, because you don't have enough time in class. So clubEFL is a great example of a way that students can get more input and practice, come to class more prepared to use it in the practice with the students and with you. Which is correct, listen to music or listen to music? Yeah, but in some languages it's listen music. So it's not about right, wrong, good, bad. It's just what you hear and what you see again and again in your language, right? So how to do this? Different ways to do it. For me, music was an obvious choice because why? Is music helpful to learn language?
Yes.
Is this a new idea? Especially not in language teaching. But I was teaching middle school, high school, and adult. And the songs in the textbook, right? If you're 15, 16 years old, and the song, let's learn English, la 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 la. So, I decided I need to try to do something where my students can get enough repetition. Songs we like to repeat, it's natural. If a student likes a magazine article, that's nice. But you're not going to read the same magazine article naturally again and again. But if you like a song, you repeat it. That's a very powerful thing. Because ultimately, I think you will agree, we want the student to say, repeat it, let's do it again. Not because the teacher said I have to do this 13 times to learn English. That's not going to be the motivation that will last a long time. It needs to be the student wants to do it, and they say, I'm going to repeat it. Then you can be more confident that they'll learn it. So, always Coca-Cola, was my student memorizing this? To me, memorization is, I have to learn this, and then, right, on the test. But this, right, she was just watching TV, and then learning by heart. I made this song to learn irregular verbs this is my first song, and I did it because of this problem I saw in my students studying and trying to memorize as opposed to repeating them and learning them. Is that me? I think I might be on the internet. One moment, let me just... Yeah, sorry. How do I, yeah. Okay. Ooh. So, back here for a moment. I started to put these ideas together. So this relax, repeat, remember, thinking about when your mother sang you songs when you were small. You relaxed, you repeated, and today, two all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Relaxed, right, watching TV. I don't have to study for my European history test. Then I'm ready to really remember this language. So collocations, especially here, repetition to build this spark. Spark is superpowered automatic recall of knowledge. The idea that when you get enough here, you have this. Why? So you can remember, bonjour Delphine, allons-y dans le jardin. No. Because that was just, you stop there. Today we want to go here, right? So the idea is, I'm the knowledge man, not because I think this is the best part, but because I think this is the best part. But without this, it's not fair for the students, it's not fair for you as teachers. They need to get more. And I think it should be because they want it, not because they are told they have to. This is from one of my songs. It's the same idea. Let's build a base to support higher thought and hold on to all of the things that we're taught. That's from a song I have to learn American geography. This is me with some high school kids and some young learners. I call these songs collocations. I want to do a few songs for you. Can we do some songs?
Yes.
I want to show you a bit. The first song I want to do is called Turn It On. And before we begin this song, please watch, observe. Do you see this? Can you see?
Yes.
I'm going to turn it on. Everybody turn it on. Turn it off. Turn it on. Put it in. Take it out. Put it on. Are you an English teacher? Cheater. Interesting or boring? Interesting?
Yes.
Should we continue? 5 more minutes? How about 20 minutes? Why not?
We need music.
Boring. But if you're 4 years old, put it up, put it down, come on. Yeah, just like read the story again, listen to the song again. How can we do this for older kids and adults? Because everybody needs to repeat this much. It's not only kids who need to repeat, it's that we think, I understand, so I'm finished. Where's the new word? I want to learn new words today. Where's the next level, right? But that's not the same thing as fluent and accurate speech, right? So, I made a song. The song is called? Thank you. I have to turn it on. This video was made by my colleague Vicky Hollett. Maybe some of you know her. She does simple English video. DJ, if that's too loud, where's my DJ? Might be a little loud. Take it out, put it in. Take it out, put it in again. These words are only hard when you study them. Listen, watch, repeat, and you can use them when you need them. Which is every time you pick up a pen or start speaking. It's my grandmother. Oh. Down. Put it down, pick it up. Put it down, pick it up again. Do it and the verse will soon stick, stuck, my friend. Listen, watch, repeat, and you can use them when you need them. Which is every time you pick up a pen or start speaking. Take it off, put it on. Take it off, put it on again. To use these verbs, you need to practice more than now and then. Listen, watch, repeat, and you can use them when you need them. Which is every time you pick up a pen or start speaking. Everybody? One more time. Thank you. You got it. Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off again. Practice these verbs and you'll be happy in the end. When you listen, watch, repeat, and you can use them when you need them. Which is every time you pick up a pen or start speaking. Down. Everybody. Thank you. Down. Turn it up, turn it down, turn it up, turn it down again. Learning these verbs I strongly recommend. So listen, watch, repeat, and you can use them when you need them. Which is every time you pick up a pen or start speaking. Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you. So that is turn it on. So one thing I do with students, and I'm happy, I'll give you my email and you can, if you want the words to these songs. So I'm not going to do this with you now, but when I do Rhyme on Time events, do the song first. I don't tell them do the song, sing the song. They need to hear. And then they need to read, and after a few times, yeah, because think about it. A new song in Greek, English, French, whatever, you don't do the song the first time. Right? That's crazy. So teachers, we have good intentions, you know. We want them to do it. But they're not ready. They're not ready, and you get stressed because you only have 50 minutes or 1 hour and 10 minutes. But they have to have more repetition before they are ready to do this. So what I do is, I'm not going to do it because of time, but we would just do it slowly, right? We'll do a little bit. Me, then you. Take it out, put it in.
Take it out, put it in.
Take it out, put it in again.
Take it out, put it in.
So we do that, and then I play the video again, and then I say, please watch and listen. If you want to do a little bit, you can do a little bit, and everybody does this. That's the idea. So let's turn it on. I want to do one more with you. This one. Hello. The name of this one is You Have It In You in English. If you don't know this expression, we use it like you can do it. You have the what? What's in you? You have it in you, the rhythm. I like that. You have it in you. I can't speak English. You have it in you. You have what? Good. Yeah, and you have the talent, the power, the potential, the ability. Excellent, right. Also, this song has collocations, collos with have goals. So with the students, right? And then in the song, you're going to notice many collocations with have. I'm going to show you a short video. Then I'll do the song and put the lyrics for you. If you want to do with me a little bit, you can. If you want to just watch, you can. But first, a short video. So when we replicate that, it can be far how much they remember. DJ, just a little bit. Sorry. Please don't forget me. MC. Have a party, have fun, have a cold, have a problem, have good weather, have a get together, have a test, have trouble, have friends, have plans, have a good time. Why? Let's have a party and have fun. We'll have a blast. You'll have good memories of combo class, and you can have a problem that doesn't last. Like when you have a cold, but get over it fast. You can have a test or have a paper to write and have trouble falling asleep at night. You can have a bite of some delicious food. Don't have a frown on your face. Get out of your bad mood and have success. Have a dream, have self-esteem, have determination, have an education, have goals, skills, experience, and patience. Have no fear, you know you have it in you. Have guts, have faith, have soul. Have guts, have faith, have soul. Have guts, have faith, have soul. Everybody, have guts, have faith, have soul. Because yes, you do. You have it. DJ, you have it. You have it in you. You have it. Thank you very much. That's You Have It In You. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm going to play the song now and put the lyrics up here. Remember, relax, repeat, remember, but this is the first time for many of you, so don't try to do the song unless you want to try. If you like the videos, I'll show you my YouTube channel, very easy. You can watch them and download them if you want. This is You Have It In You. Whoa. Sorry. Oh, it's okay, I got it. It's fluency, MC. Have a party, have fun, have a cold, have a problem, have a good weather, have a get together, have a test, have trouble, have friends, have plans, have a good time. Let's have a party and have fun. We'll have a blast. You'll have good memories of combo class. If you can have a problem that doesn't last, if you can have a cold, don't get over it fast. You can have a test or have a paper to write and have trouble falling asleep at night. You can have a bite of some delicious food. Don't have a frown on your face. Get out of your bad mood. Have a party. Have and have a good time. Why? When you have friends, you have the chance to have a great weekend. You can have plans to have a get together. If you have good weather, you can have a picnic in the park. Have a few laughs, have a good time. Have conversations on the grass in the sunshine. Have a mix of people and rain. Have an afternoon nap in a nice cool shade. If you have kids, you can bring them too. Have a softball game. You have it in you. Here we go, verse 2, page 2. Have success, have a dream, have self-esteem, have determination, have an education, have goals, skills, experience, and patience. Have no fear. You have it in to have success. You gotta have a goal from your shoulders and the dream you have soul. Have the right reasons for what you do. Have self-esteem, and I know you'll follow through. You have to have courage and strong determination. Stay in school so you have a decent education. Have a book in your bag when you go on vacation. When you graduate, you'll have a big celebration. Right now, you have a whole lot to do. Have patience and you'll have less stress. It's true. You have enough time. You'll have enough money when you have more experience. Life will be sunny. Have a strong work ethic. You'll have a career where you have responsibility. Have no fear. You'll have all the skills that you want and need. Have it, and you will succeed. You have it in you. Good. Yes, I think you do. It's true. You have it in you. You have it in you. Let's go. Have success. Have a dream. Have self-esteem. Have determination. Have an education. Have goals. Skills, experience, and patience. Have no fear. Why? You have it in you. Everybody. Have guts. Have faith. Have soul. Have guts. Have faith. Have soul. Good. Have guts. Have faith. Have soul. You got it. Have guts. Have faith. Have soul. Because you have it. You have it. You have it in you. You have it in you. You have it in you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Okay. Let me make sure I turn off the music or we're going to hear something else. Okay. Great. Now, we need to stop in a moment. I want to... Okay. All right. If you want to find my videos, just in YouTube, Google Fluent CMC. If you or your students want to follow me, please practice English with me. Students, Instagram, Facebook, and very important, please check out the Gallery Teachers Group because I really want, well, if you go there today, you'll see it's all Big Bang pictures. So please go. And if you don't like Facebook, remember, you don't have to use Facebook for your friends and things. Just go and use it for professional development because this is a closed group. I'm in charge, so it's very safe. It's very good. For kids, we have a Rhyme on Time group. I don't have a picture with me, but if you go Rhyme on Time, Gallery Languages, it's a group for my events. And last thing, let's try to make this happen, everybody, because I really think there's a good connection between the work Demetrius and all of you are doing and the work Gallery is doing, so I hope we can do things with that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, I have one request, because 2 people asked me today if I can get 2 minutes. Do I have 2 minutes? I want to do one more song because 2 people asked me to do my stick, stuck, irregular verb song. So I'm just going to I'll show you the video and we'll do it one time. Thank you. It's my most popular song, so I think that, let me, DJ. We gotta make sure it's not in this PowerPoint. Let me go grab it from something else. This is the first song that no, it's not that one actually. That's just the song. Thank you, DJ. You're fine. It's in here. Yes, let's get here. Except I think stupidly I just pressed the middle button, so it's going to play the small one.
One moment, please. Do not adjust your dial. Do not attempt to. Uh-oh. Here we go. I hope. Okay. Just check the level. Uh-oh, there's nothing. What happened? Here you go. Let's go back. Let's start that again. Okay, this is Stick Stuck Stuck.
Once again, this
What's up, YouTube family? Is that good? Oh, DJ, a little bit louder. DJ, stuck, a little bit up. Alright, check this out. The microphone I take it. You shake it. Wait, to the side. I create it. Think, far. Seek, sort. Listen to the lesson that I teach. Talk. Don't sleep, slept. I keep prep. I sleep, snuck up. Delete, let you know I keep kept. Having fun. I'll never be beaten. I win. Do begin. Shoot. No, I don't own a gun. I lead so I can feed the knowledge you need straight to your head when I bring you catch. Sit back, relax, don't fight. It's called Stick Stuck Stuck. You got it. Stick Stuck Stuck. Now say ho. I say ho. Don't freeze when I speak. It's real, you can feel. I don't steal. I choose the very best rhymes and write them into my lines and into your mind when we meet. I'll bet you forget. I get every headline. Don't think about stopping. Just come. This is hip hop. I don't sing. I sting. I cling on each and every word you hang. It's called Stick Stuck Stuck. Again, Stick Stuck Stuck. I say yeah. I say yeah. It's not enough to dream. You gotta spend time on your goals. Please lend me your ear. Come near and I'll lay down this new sound that I make. I hope you don't say that you think it's junk. I hope you don't think that I think. And if you're thirsty for English, come drink. Because I sing all the competition when they hear that I give encouragement when I spit. Never quit. Don't sit. Yeah, I like it like that. I'll even kneel and beg you to express what you feel. I rise when I drive. I'll do the beat, tap your feet as you ride. And those that hide, I find. And if you flee, then I'll track you down. Yeah, you hit your rhymes on time, you out of line. It's called Stick Stuck Stuck. One more time, Stick Stuck Stuck. I say ho. I say ho. And now you see that I mean every word of the message that I send. I show I can fly, and now you know I shine. And so I'll throw you the ball. It's your turn to grow with the birds that you've learned. Grammar through lyrics I draw. Peace to ELF, now I go. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. Because, do you know this one? Do you know? Why the 3 R's? And why learn by heart? Why? Because what we learn with pleasure, we never